Hey YouTube, Skidarmus here, the director of Project Frixion, coming in with another development update. I'm honestly trying not to count in my head right now. So, let me just get right down and dirty and into all of the nice little details here. We've got a bunch of new things, but we're still progressing rather slowly. Luckily we're progressing fast. Well, one could actually say we're progressing slower than we were. I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to get your hopes too high about something that could easily go very wrong. I'm not trying to say we're going to fail at this. I'm just saying that things aren't going perfectly right now because of, school on all of our ends. But so I'm real quick just going to go over something real quick. We've got a new member on our DeviantArt page going by the name of the Epic Blend. Yeah! That's what his name is. I don't get it either. No offense to him, but it's just something I don't fully get. But moving right along, so he's made this scene that you're looking at right now. In the background you can see a banner. You can see the lady Sintel from that animation from the Blender did. Don't worry, that is just a placeholder. It's just for reference. It's not a final piece. We will not be having Sintel in this movie because, for one thing, she's used elsewhere. And for another thing, we don't want to be ripping anyone off. So, I'm just real quick going to examine this piece of, well, blend, I guess. So in the background we have some trees. This is meant to be a scene from Dante's Freezer, I guess, because of the banner back there. And now I'm not really sure where this scene is supposed to be at. I'm guessing it's Dante's Freezer. I'm actually going to go ahead and pause my recording real quick and double check, and I'll get back to you guys in just a second. Okay, I can now officially confirm that the scene I was referring to is in fact from Dante's Freezer. It's a little section of a wall, maybe a small little fortress thing. I don't really know what it's supposed to be. There was way too much clutter. Here's a picture of it. I snipped this from a YouTube video. But, yeah, so this is the scene so far. It looks good to me. It just needs much more detail. Of course, it's a very early version of the scene, and we still need to finish the script. Luckily, we've got Omicron Wanderer on that, but, so yeah. Now, moving down a bit, the Epic Blend, has also supplied us with a few other things, such as these mushrooms here. Yeah, they're well made, but, they're not very detailed, and the mist sort of obstructs the shrooms a bit, but, I can live with that. I can easily live with that. So moving right along, we've also got these trees here, also made by the Epic Blend. Yeah, they look fine to me. Now, if there's anything, now I'm gonna start putting up on the main website. I'm gonna be putting up a thing where you can send in suggestions and ideas. Because I check the website relatively frequently, I don't check this YouTube page nearly as often as I should. So if you can go to the website, I'll hopefully, if I remember, be putting a link in the description of this video. That way you can check it out, see what all there is to see, and send in your suggestions and ideas. But please remember, we won't be using every suggestion. We might not even use any suggestions if they're all bad suggestions. We use suggestions that we think will work and that fit in with what we have planned. So, don't go suggesting completely off-key or off-center to the original games. We're trying to stick as closely to the Legend of Spyro trilogy as possible, while simply reinforcing what was lacking and filling in what was missing. That's all we're doing. We're not going to be changing things around too much. So don't expect us to go with any requests to do that. Because even if you think it would be cool, a lot of people wouldn't, and we want to please as many people as possible. So, moving on, I'm going to real quickly show you some things that are one of our concept artists and storyboardists, the Reptile Girl, has been working on. She's also been working on body studies for a number of characters, mainly Spyro and a few other pieces which aren't currently available for my viewing, so I can't show them to you. This one here is of Kid Spyro. Do not ask why he looks like a Satan demon thing. That's mainly because of the red lines, as you can see. It just looks kind of freaky, but you know what? That's fine by me. Let's face it, Spyro's a talking dragon who has purple scales and can breathe fire, ice, electricity, and earth energy. He can suddenly summon purple energy to blow the crap out of all sorts of stuff, and he's all in all, not your typical creature. So having a bit of red lining on the body study, not a big deal. Now moving right along, we've got a somewhat different thing. We've got a teen Spyro study. You can definitely tell it's a bit different from the other one, because for one thing, the wings are larger and the spines on the top of the head are smaller, and the body just seems a bit more developed, which makes sense because this is a much more developed Spyro. The legs are pretty much the same, but you know what? That's fine by me too. Heading down a bit further on this list of things I have to do and show you, we have this banner. This is the banner of the undead things at Dante's freezer. And finally, I'm going to go ahead and read off an excerpt from our DeviantArt page of our plan of attack for getting this movie made. So let me just pop on over to the page so you can see it. Well, so I can read it to you, actually. Stage 1, script and some concept art. Stage 2, storyboarding, more concept art, 3D models. Stage 3, 3D models, rigging, texturing, and effects. Stage 4, final touches on models, animation. Stage 5, composing. So, the script is the greatest priority. Everything else comes second right now, but we are doing a bunch of other stuff on the side. We're making 3D models. This will save us a bit of time later on down the road while we're making the script. This is just our strategy, but you know what? We're not experts at this. We don't have college degrees in making movies. We're pretty much new to this. And while some of us are further along than others, a lot of us are still pretty fresh to this, myself included, and I'm the director, for crying out loud. So if there's anyone out there who knows a lot more about this or knows a lot about it, just fill us in on techniques that work, ideas that can help, things that really help us set the stage for later on in development, so that we're not constantly flailing about going, what are we supposed to do now, you know. We really need a lot of community support for all of this stuff to happen. We really do. We can't keep going on at a consistent rate without the support of a community. Which is why I keep urging you in these videos, tell others. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, do whatever you want. Just make sure that other people know. Anyone who you think would enjoy this movie when it comes out, let them know. We need the support badly. And while we're definitely making progress, it's not enough. At this rate, we're not going to be making any deadlines for several years. And I want to get this thing out, at least the first one out, before we hit 2014 or 2015. Anywhere in the range between 2014 and 2015, I'm happy with letting it out then. Because then we'll have had enough time to polish it up. But we can't do that without the support we need because of how slowly we're progressing. So tell people, if you want to help, if you can help. Again, our website has the Join the Team button added, so you can go ahead and do that, send in an application. Also, I've been experiencing this issue with some of the people who have been sending in apps. They send in apps, applications, and I get back to them a few days later, and they don't reply at all for like ever. I'm having this issue right now, and I want to make sure that you check your emails. Make sure you check when you sign in, when you sign up and want to join the team, because I'm going to be emailing to that, not to anything else. If I get the email address wrong, I'll probably just send you a PM. So make sure you have an account on the official website. Be active in the forums. Give us ideas there. We do have forums. Just click on the community button in the toolbar. Now, I've been talking for 9 minutes and 4 seconds now, so I'm going to go ahead and call this video here. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've learned a few things about how we're doing, and I hope deeply that you really will help us get through this. We can't do this without you guys. And so far, you guys have been a big help, but we need more. I don't mean to sound like a hog. I don't mean to sound selfish. We're doing all of this movie stuff for you guys, alright? We're making this because you were disappointed that Activision didn't release the original. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut this as soon as we hit 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Alright? Bye-bye.